In the heart of rural Poland, nestled between dense forests and forgotten fields, there stood an ancient cemetery that harbored a dark secret. Locals spoke of the restless dead, their souls trapped in a twisted purgatory, yearning for release. Tales of chilling apparitions and eerie whispers echoed through the village, warning the living to steer clear of the crumbling gravestones that marked the spectral battleground. On moonlit nights, a thick fog crept through the cemetery, shrouding the tombstones in an otherworldly mist. The air became heavy with an unsettling stillness, broken only by the distant howls of wolves echoing through the trees. Brave souls who dared to venture near the desolate burial ground reported seeing flickering lights dancing among the graves, like spectral lanterns leading lost souls into the abyss. Legend spoke of a cursed tomb at the heart of the cemetery, adorned with a weathered statue of a grieving angel. Locals whispered that the tortured spirits, unable to find solace, gathered around this accursed monument, their mournful wails merging with the wind's mournful whispers. Some claimed to have witnessed the statue weeping blood, a manifestation of the agony that clung to the place. As the village clock struck midnight, the ground beneath the cemetery seemed to come alive with an unholy energy. Gravestones trembled as skeletal hands clawed their way out of the earth. The dead, trapped between the realms of the living and the afterlife, emerged with hollow eyes that glowed with a malevolent light. They wandered aimlessly, their ghostly forms barely visible through the dense fog. One fateful night, a group of foolhardy teenagers, fueled by a cocktail of curiosity and bravado, decided to explore the haunted cemetery. Armed with flashlights and nervous laughter, they tiptoed through the cracked pathways, the crunching of fallen leaves beneath their feet echoing like a macabre drumbeat. As they approached the cursed tomb, the air grew colder, and the atmosphere thickened with an oppressive darkness. Suddenly, the tombstone cracked open, revealing a gaping black hole beneath. Whispers of forgotten languages filled the air as skeletal hands reached out, pulling the unsuspecting intruders into the abyss. The mournful cries of the trapped souls intensified, blending with the terrified screams of the living. The fog thickened, swallowing the cemetery and its macabre secrets, leaving behind an empty silence. From that night on, the village residents avoided the cemetery like the plague, fearing the curse that clung to the land. The once vibrant village now lay in the shadow of the haunted graveyard, a place where the boundary between life and death blurred into a nightmarish tapestry of lost souls and eternal torment. The chilling tale of the Polish cemetery became a cautionary legend, whispered in hushed tones, to ward off those who dared to dance with the dead. Years passed, but the sinister reputation of the Polish cemetery endured, casting a perpetual pall over the village. Locals recounted tales of strange happenings near the graveyard, mysterious shadows that lingered at the edge of vision, unexplained gusts of icy wind on summer nights, and an inexplicable sense of dread that seemed to seep into the very fabric of the air. One autumn evening, a renowned paranormal investigator named Katarzyna arrived in the village, drawn by the tales of the haunted cemetery. Undeterred by the ominous warnings from the villagers, she set up her equipment, determined to unravel the mysteries that clung to the graveyard like a malevolent fog. As night fell, Katarzyna began her investigation, her flashlight cutting through the thick darkness like a beacon of curiosity. The air was charged with an eerie energy as she approached the cursed tomb, its grotesque angel statue looming like a silent sentinel over the restless dead. With each step, the temperature plummeted, and a low, guttural moan echoed through the cemetery. Unfazed, Katarzyna pressed on, her camera capturing the ethereal dance of fog and shadow. Suddenly, the atmosphere shifted, and the tombstone cracked open once more, emitting an otherworldly glow. From the black abyss, the skeletal hands emerged, beckoning Katarzyna toward the yawning chasm. The air crackled with malevolence as the ghostly apparitions materialized, their hollow eyes fixed on the investigator. She felt an invisible force pulling her closer to the edge, the whispers of the dead becoming an insidious chorus in her mind. As Katarzyna hesitated at the brink, the spirits unleashed a cacophony of tortured screams, their anguished voices merging with the mournful wails of the wind. The very fabric of reality seemed to warp as the veil between the living and the dead grew thinner. In a moment of sheer terror, Katarzyna fought against the spectral force, stumbling backward and narrowly escaping the clutches of the abyss. The tombstone sealed shut, the graveyard falling silent once more. Katarzyna fled the scene, her heart pounding, vowing never to return. The Polish cemetery retained its enigmatic aura, and the tale of Katarzyna's harrowing encounter spread far and wide. The villagers, reaffirmed in their beliefs, continued to steer clear of the haunted graveyard, leaving the restless dead to their eternal torment. The cursed cemetery became a cautionary tale, a chilling reminder that some mysteries are better left undisturbed, and the boundary between the living and the dead should never be trifled with.